Hello and welcome to the next Metagame Monday, where I take a look at popular team archetype and explain how its sets work, how it matches up against the rest of the metagame, and how to counteract it. So today we have another he-ho team in form of Calyrex Shadow Rider and Tailwind and its friends from Zacian, Expanding Force, and Mincho. So yeah, let's start with Calyrex Shadow Rider. It used to run Mudshot for the Incineroar, but with no Dynamax you should not run it anymore because Mudshot is just bad move. Look, 55 base power. It's great in Dynamax because of 110 base power, but now it's just very weak move that you should just ignore. And Substitute just creates some mind games against opponents, Sucker Punch or Shifu, so I think that's just great to have. Yeah, so basically that's for mind games from Sucker Punch. Expanding Force just hits hard under Psychic Terrain, and Astral Barrage is just an amazing move that doesn't rely on Psychic Terrain to be a spread move. Also one more note, Expanding Force without Psychic Terrain can be a great tool to destroy White Guarders like me and Shell. You can just kind of like, it's not a spread move without Psychic Terrain, so you can just kind of go for Expanding Force and just finish off me and Shell that's without Focus Sash or with Focus Sash to bring it to something like Fake Out range from your own me and Shell. It's a great move you can poke the White Guard with, unless there is Psychic Terrain of course, then you're screwed. Max special attack, max speed, just there's no reason to run anything else because it's just so effective. And you're not living something like Sucker Punch, just forget about it. Even Shadow Sting from Mega Slash, just forget about it. Next Pokemon on our team is something that takes care of Trick Room. As you can see, this team is very hyper offensive and has Tailwind, so it's weak to Trick Room, so we need some imprisoned Trick Room shenanigans to beat that. With Colbur Berry, we take Wicked Blow from Urshifu. Expanding Force is just great Psychic Terrain move that combos well with Psychic Surge. Dazzling Gleam is for Urshifu. You can outspeed Urshifu on our Tailwind and you can just kind of go for... You can just go for Dazzling Gleam to just break the Focus Sash and just... If it's Choice Bandit, you can just simply knock it out with Dazzling Gleam. Max speed, max special attack, there's no reason to run anything else. Mincho is pretty much the anchor of this team, I'd say. It's just amazing. It beats Incineroar like nothing else. It's immunite both of its Fake Out and Intimidate. Fake Out is just great to gain momentum, or maybe set up Substitute. Close Combat just deals with Urshifu Dark type, Incineroar Dark type. It just deals with all the Dark types that are on opponent's team, and it's just amazing. White Guard is to protect from opponent's Astral Barrage, and Taunt is just great to stop Xerneas. So for example, if they lead with Xerneas and they got like Fake Out lead, you can just simply Taunt the Xerneas, because you don't care about the Fake Out from the opponent, thanks to the inner focus. Now, because you're running Focus Sash and Mincho is so frail, you run again, no brainer spread, yeah. Now, Regieleki is for the other half, it's basically... No, for other half, that's nonsense what I just said. It's basically for opponent's Tailwind team, so we just match the Electro pressure from opponent's Tailwind team and you can just kind of like play the mirror matchup just thanks to the Regieleki. Now, Volt Switch is great for getting momentum because Regieleki is so frail, it should just get out as soon as possible. Thunderbolt is a great stat move with great power. Magnet, because we got Focus Sash taken, and Life Orb is taken by Calyrex Shadow Rider. Magnet is the next logical choice, otherwise you should run Life Orb or Focus Sash on Regieleki. It's incredibly annoying with Focus Sash against the Geiger teams, so yeah. Other than that, again, no brainer EV spread. Huh, so someone said in the comments I should have made the video last week because it's just so simple to make, and you have three. This team is very easy to explain. Yeah, again, you see this? That's Turn 52, Turn 52, 4. Easy. Berry is for Regieleki, so you take one Electro from them. Prankster is just great combo as well with Tailwind and Taunt. Isolate is to just make, again, the mirror matchup a lot more easier. And also it can just kind of like go for... Yeah. It makes the mirror matchup easier if you match Tailwinds. Otherwise, Tailwind is just superior choice of speed control. Isolate can also damage line race pretty well though, so that's important to note. Air Slash is just so much weaker than Hurricane that it's just more... You're running already such a hyper-offensive team that's just kind of coin flippy and hyper-offensive. You need to have that extra base power of Hurricane. That's 35 difference in base power. That's just too much to pass on. Oh, it's 25? No, it's 35, yeah. I just had to do math quickly in my head. And last but not least, Nihilego. So, Nihilego... Excuse me. Nihilego is great in taking care of the Landorus in current form, because it just outspeeds it and goes for Meteor Beam and simply one-shots it. It's also another check for the... It's another check for the Xerneas, because otherwise the team would be kind of weak to Xerneas without the Nihilego. Nihiligo tanks the hits like a champ and Sludge Bombs back. Power Gem is to just use the rock move after Meteor Beam gets wasted. And again, it's another check to Incineroar, which is important because Calyrex Shadow Rider has real big problems with Incineroar. Power Herb just combos well with Meteor Beam, Protect for protection. Other than that, Turn 52, Turn 54, nothing to explain here. Now, because this is a Tailwind Hyper Offense team, there are some other options you can run. Like Ditto is a good counteraction for opponent Xerneas. This spread is made so, excuse me, this is the most optimal spread. It basically allows you to take Mean Blast from Xerneas if it's not boosted. And if you switch in the same time as Incineroar, they intimidate you first, then you transform into them with lower speed. So basically minimum speed Incineroar can run is 58, you have 47, so then you transform into their Incineroar and then you intimidate them. So I think that's just great to note, so you win the Incineroar matchups. Choice Scuff is basically necessary to make the mirror against Xerneas more bearable. Now, of course, Urshifu Rapid Strikes can be used as an Incineroar counteraction as well. It hits like a truck. It got close combat for the fighting types, Surging Strikes for the fire types, and Incineroar. Aqua Jet is amazing priority, and Poison Jab can just do massive damage to late game fairy types. Basically, with Choice Band and Poison Jab, you can win some fairy type late games you would not be able to win otherwise with Focus Session. Run Poison Jab, not Iron Hat, because Poison Jab hits all the tapus for super effective damage. That's very important. Ladders in current form is also great kind of backup to have against Zacian. So basically, Nihiligo and Ladders are the most important, most versatile late game choices for this team. But basically, Ladders deals with Zacian and Nihiligo deals with Xerneas. And Xerneas is just more unbearable to deal with, so basically we choose Nihiligo over Ladders. Ladders though deals with Zacian masterfully with Earth Power. Sludge Bomb deals with Xerneas. Rock Slide deals with some other flying types like Yveltal and Moltres Galar. And Psychic type, Psychic just deals with Amoonguss. So yeah, that's that. I think that's all I wanted to tell you. So let's go over to the mana matchups, the replays. Alright, so this matchup should be easy, right? So what's it going to be about? A Lucky Eternatus versus a Lucky Eternatus? Not really. I tried to go with something else here with the main show Eternatus. We're gonna fake out the Rage Lucky since the Electro Up is just pretty annoying. Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna protect with White Guard because of possible 50-50s. If Eternatus just feigns here to Thunderbolt, it's just kind of annoying. All you want to go for here is Ice Wind. Slow them both down. And switch to Calyrex Shadow Rider. Let's switch to a Lucky since they might switch to a Lucky out and you might need a Lucky to beat the Kyogre. Okay, we double knockout here because the Calyrex is just a Chad. And now it comes down to speed time, but don't worry about it. I got a game plan for that as well. I just need the text to scroll with the battle here. You see here. I got a game plan now, so don't worry. By the way, if this is not Scarfed, this is a win. Astral Barrage Tunnel wins. If it is Scarfed, you first off want to protect with your Lucky, wait for Eternatus to switch in, then go for Tailwind plus Stunner in the Kyogre or Thunderbolt, carry the Kyogre as a result, and then their Lucky should be unsuccessful in killing your own Lucky, and then your own Lucky beats Lucky with Tailwind boost. So that's the game plan against the Scarf Kyogre. And if they're not Scarf, this is an instant win. So yeah, that's the game plan. Alright, this matchup. Eternatus is actually a pretty easy matchup if you know what you're doing. So let's see. We just got the restricted advantage, and me and Shaw and Nihiligo take care of both Eternatus and Incineroar, mainly Incineroar. If you take care of Incineroar on this team, Calyrex Shadow Rider should just kind of like win. So yeah, we're already taking care of that Incineroar. I think it's like almost max defense, so that's kind of annoying, but whatever. We're gonna go for close combat here. They need to kill the me and Shell since it's just so annoying. Sludge Bomb deals with me and Shell, but we Meteor Beam or Power Gem. Okay. Calyrex Shadow Rider switches in. Rill Beam is gonna be probably annoying, but you can just switch to Indeedee and prevent the Grassy Glide knockout this way. And also we prevent the Ditto kind of this way, so yeah. Meteor Beam should just straight up KO Ditto on a switch in, perfect. And Grassy Glide does surprisingly high amount of damage. Flamethrower KOs Nihiligo, but unfortunately at this point it's way too late. Calyrex Shadow Rider in the back already wins. So yeah, just expanding force. There's no risk in that. So that's a win. Also, I believe Indeed got the wrong spread here. I think it's max defense, max HP here, but it would not matter. Because just expanding force Calyrex, as you can see here, just cleans up the game. So yeah, that's the game plan. Alright, this is the reason for Nihiligo on a team. So let's see. Xerneas is just incredible threat with liners. And I believe Amogus plus Xerneas is straight up outlaws if you don't lead with double expanding force. But double expanding force is extremely risky against Urshifu Dark type and stuff like that. So you can't really do it. Mr. Volk, I mean Amogus just feigns here. This is excellent. Because Xerneas is unable to do it KO us. And we can just... So basically the game plan is get to +3 with Sludge Bomb. Unfortunately the game plan is going to be cut short here with Moonblast special attack drop. If we would just scale Rillaboom here. By the way, that was a Grassy Glide combo, by the way. So after we get the +3 special attack, we just simply KO Xerneas regardless of how boosted the Xerneas is, because we just got the special attack advantage, and the Sludge Bomb does so much otherwise. This is extremely safe play. Moonblast doesn't knock me out here even. It's a roll, I believe, but we kinda got robbed with these special attack drops anyways, so it's just kinda like annoying. As you can see here, even +2 special attack Sludge Bomb does 83%, so yeah. If you get a +3, just simply go for tailwind and Sludge Bomb that turn, the previous turn, and you just win the game even without 50-50s and some protect 50-50s, yeah, basically. So yeah, that's the game plan against Xerneas. Nihiligo really pulls its weight here. Alright, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun here, right? Mirror matchup. Almost always you're gonna see Mienshao, Tornado, Tailwind Setter, Regieleki, Calyrex Shadow Rider, and Saki Train Setter. That's always the case. So we're just gonna see who the heck wins here. Because I don't know. I seriously don't know. This is just you have to watch the game plan here. It's kind of hard to explain. There are a lot of 50-50s coming up. Yeah, by the way, we predicted here wrongly with me and Chell, so Waltwood just kinda happens. But the other team got Tailwind, so Calyrex Shadow Rider has the advantage. This is the reason my fake out is just so good, because it prevents the other Tailwind. Because this team's so hyper offensive, me and Shao can't switch in right here. Because Ice Wind plus this Thrill Barrage just knocks it out, and everything else just kinda gets knocked out as well. We're gonna go for Taunt here to prevent the Wide Guard next turn, and we're gonna set up a substitute. Yeah, seeing here the Mienshao player plays really well, very cleverly, even though it just kinda predicts incorrectly. It's just pretty clean game so far. Electro up, Astral Barrage, and we're gonna see here the massive stupidity of this situation. Mienshao still can go for Wide Guard next turn, right? And there's nothing the opponent can do to prevent that, but the problem is it's still a speed tie game, because Expanding Force finishes off the Calyrex here. Of course, Astral Barrage from the Mienshao's Calyrex just simply double knocks out, that you can prevent, but it still comes down to a speed tie. Even though the Mienshao player played really cleverly, it still comes down to the speed tie. It's inevitable. So good luck with your mirror matchups here. Okay, so the game plan against Zacian is pretty simple. You weaken the Zacian in the Astral Barrage range, and then you win the game. Because everything just kind of gets cleaned up by Astral Barrage as a result. So don't be afraid to sacrifice just even a Pokemon to just do 40% Zacian, because it's just definitely worth it. Yeah, here, like, look at this. We just weaken the Zacian and it's already a win. They cannot roll out this Astral Barrage plus Close Combat anymore. And even Urshifu cannot switch into that. The Astral Barrage does over half to it. You get special attack boost, Close Combat finishes off in center. There was no switch into that whatsoever. Pretty easy game plan. And yeah, and they are Water type Urshifu, so that's even worse. I believe we just got knocked out here. No, we don't. Alright. So if you you should have Indeedee in the back, just so you can prevent the Sucker Punch this turn. If it's a Dark type Urshifu, but that's a win. What do we have in the back? It might not be. It's Nihiligo. Okay, I don't think that matters. But it should probably be Indeedee. Excuse me. So, yeah. That's the game plan against this. And let's get into the counter section of this video. So, as you might be surprised, neither Urshifu or Incineroar are very reliable counteractions to this. Since Mian Cho just kind of hard counters the drug type Urshifu, Fake Out plus Close Combat is extremely deadly. Sucker Punch can get blocked by a substitute from Calyrex Shadow Rider. It's kind of unreliable, you know. And Incineroar, let's not even talk about that. Banned Surging Strikes, Close Combat, Nihiligo, Landorus just all counteract these things. So if you have to resort to some counteractions, please use the first 3 examples, or first 2 examples mostly. And these are more impractical. They can still put a dent into the game plan of opponent, of course. They suddenly can Astral Barrage because of the Sucker Punch. They suddenly have to switch to Indeedee because of the Sucker Punch. It's kind of annoying for them, you know. And with Focus Sash, you take 1 Close Combat from Mian Shell, so that's annoying for them as well. Incineroar tries to intimidate Mian Shell and fails horribly. So if you want to use Incineroar, please use Choppleberry, alright? Choppleberry allows you to take the close combat and surprise them, and Darkest Lair at the Calyrex Shadow Rider, and that's just pretty much all you need to do. Alright, so if you want to counteract this, please use Choppleberry. But by far the most reliable counteraction to this is Assault Blast Rillaboom. It takes 2 Astral Barrages from Calyrex Shadow Rider, and 1 shots back with knockoff. Drastic Light, Greatly Annoys Nihiligo, Greatly Annoys Mian Shell, Greatly Annoys Landorus. It disrupts the Psychic Terrain opponent got, so they cannot Expanding Force freely. Is a fantastic Pokemon to have as a counteraction. Definitely recommend this. If you just... And Rillaboom is really simple to slap on a team, so please use this. Use this as a counteraction. Other more colorful counteractions are Drifblim, for example, because it outspeeds. With Unburden, it outspeeds the Calyrex Shadow Rider and Simple One-Shots with Shadow Ball. Tailwind can be annoying for them as well. Will-O-Wisp deals with their Urshifu slash Mian Shell, and Mian Shell can even harm you, I believe, so that's super cool. But yeah, the counteraction is kind of cut short if they got their own pranks or Tailwind, then they outspeed you, Astral Barrage you, and that's a loss basically. But still, Rillaboom would be able to carry you in that situation because it just takes the Astral Barrage, knocks off, and then it can just continue Grassy Gliding, and you still got a restricted Pokemon in the back. So Drifblim plus Rillaboom can put fear into the opponent still. Mandibas can be used as a great counteraction as well because it just Fault Play, I believe, even one-shots Calyrex Shadow Rider. Calyrex Shadow Rider cannot hit it because of its Dark typing. Astral Barrage gets also resisted, and it's the Dark Flying type, so close combat from Mian Shell doesn't even bother you that much. That's great. That's just great. Tailwind can be used to gain speed advantage, which is like just basically a hyper offense team that can outspeed you. Is just a bad hyper offense team. Snarl can annoy their special attackers like Nihiligo and Landorus in current form as well, and it KOs the opponent's Calyrex Shadow Rider. So yeah, and Roost can be used as healing, which is prolongs the Mandibas's counteractability through the whole game. If they don't lead with Calyrex Shadow Rider, you can just still Roost up and wait for the Calyrex Shadow Rider to arrive in late game. So yeah, these are the best counteractions to this. And with that, I think I told you everything I wanted. Sorry about these videos kind of being short. They are about hyper offense Tailwind team, so there is not much to really talk about. But next week, I'm forced to dissect a more defensive team, that being Xerneas, Zacian. Yeah, just Xerneas and Zacian are left. Wow. I might be going into more niche options, or I'm going to be going, instead of Metagame Monday, I might be doing the importance of videos. I already recorded a Volcarona episode. I got like a bunch of good ideas for Entei, for example. It's a great anti-mana option. So yeah, with that, I end this video. About the EV spreads, it doesn't really matter. They just, Rillaboom defaultly just takes the attack, so you can just run max the HP. If you want to take close combats better, you can run like max defense here. Because the Astral Barrages don't bother you. You want to run max speed here, and these two guys are like whatever. You just take the attacks, that's it. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you learned something new, and I'll catch you next Metagame Monday. See ya!